Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
And he says to her, listen, you got a fine white girl ass. So I don't like the look of this D. Listen, I don't need gay or straight boner pills. My boner works just fine.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
Yeah, I want to see movies! I think I've died and gone straight to honker heaven. Boobs are amazing.
I almost boomered today. I almost boomered, but I didn't. I did not. And it wasn't entirely my fault. StreamYards can be retarded. Here's the thing. When you make a stream for StreamYards, it auto sets your start time for roughly an hour or two from where you are making your stream. So, yeah, it sets to 2 hours from when you set your stream instead of letting you just go in and set it, of having it blank. It presets it for some retarded reason. And I had to reset it to 1 o'clock from 2 o'clock. And I missed that it had also set it to 10. So I'm sitting here, right here. I'm done. I'm ready to go. And I'm just doom scrolling, see if there's anything extra I want to talk about, which, worked. I have an extra thing I want to talk about here. And I look over and I think, why do I still have 10 minutes to go? 10 minutes, 13 seconds? What? I've been sitting here for a little bit. And then I realize, wait, I look at the top of the screen, the time, wait a minute, it's almost 1 o'clock. Why say 10 minutes? Oh, fuck you, StreamYard. So quick adjustment, here we are. I didn't boomer. We started on time. So shut up. Howdy all, welcome back to the Daily Dive, the Double D's, where we do our best to not be boomers. Hope you guys are starting your week off right. I got plenty of sleep last night, although my dreams were weird. My mouth was hanging open, so my tongue got dry, so I was really thirsty, so I was dreaming about I needed a drink, and of course, I would find a drink and it wouldn't do anything. At the same time, in the dream, I was eating this very sweet, soft cake dessert, and it was only making me thirstier. So I'm just going nuts. That was like the last one I had. But of course, I can't really describe the dream I was having because I was with some sort of group. I don't know who they were. And we were going on some sort of adventure tour. That's the best way I can describe it. But it was run by a bunch of chicks who I'm trying to remember if they were even hot or not. And we were getting into fighter jets, and I was waiting for my turn, or it was connected to a previous part of a dream where we were going into recovery things. I don't know. It's a jumble. And then I was eating the cake, and I was thirsty, and then I woke up. Another day of Adam Dream Journals. Anyway, wrong. Oh, did I? Oh shit! I forgot to switch it. Thank you. There we go. There we go. Sorry, I always forget after Wormhole Watch that I switch it to this for Wormhole Watch because Brad likes the audio better on my headset that he does on the shirt. Thank you, Jed. Thank you, Jed. Now we're back to normal. It's Monday. It's Monday. What do you expect? I haven't been up for very long. I almost slept to the alarm going off. Even though I went to bed earlier than I normally would, I slept a long time, and I'm surprised I did. I've had a bad habit since last week of waking up a couple hours before I need to, and then not being able to go back to sleep, and then having later on in the day to catch it up. So I got it all done this morning. Anyway, all right. So despite not boomering the starting the stream, I boomered my audio because I forgot that on Wormhole Watch I always switch the mics up. Thank you, Jed. He'll make fun of me for this later though, so I don't know if I really win or not. Anyway, hope you guys are doing okay. Hope you guys are doing all right. What will we do today? What will we do today? I've got a couple of ideas I just want to roll through my thought process on. Because it's Monday. What's happened since yesterday and stuff we already talked about? Nothing, really. Although some stupid shit apparently did happen last night, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And then we'll go through the news. There's some news points I know we're going to stop on and comment on. And then, of course, you guys can always give me money. $15 to ask me a question. I'll tell you no lies. We'll have a discussion between you, me, and the tree. $15 also gets you to choose an article from somewhere and have me read and react to it. $25, the return of reaction videos, but I do invoke the power of veto. The terms are, let's try and make sure it's not from a channel who has a history of giving out claims, nothing of true parody nature, or definitely no music, because that will definitely get us hit. And at the same, it's that we're talking those cartoon creator guys. They don't like it when you watch and react to their stuff. And then, of course, no news reports. No news reports. So reaction video, $25 a pop. There's high risk, so there must be high reward because after the strike. And then, of course, $35. Chat made me watch his reviews. I know I'm going to get one next week. I know I'm getting one next week for Project Hail Mary. But I don't know what else. I don't know what you guys might have in store for me this week. But there you go. There's the rules. And of course, every little bit of money for the month of March goes to the new Day of Doom tier. You know what? We're going to push it into April as well, because up until May this goes. We could extend it further. The Day of Doom torture tier, we're increasing it. It's all Baby Yoda related. We've already crossed $100. I have $139 right now, which means I have to carry around Baby Yoda all day while we're live on stream at Galaxy's Edge. For another $61, if we can get $61 in super chats or tips, and that also goes for membership gifts, if that's how you want to contribute to the whole shebang. $200, I have to carry him in the harness. I gotta right here, and he walks around. I walk around all day, which I would prefer because then it leaves my arms free. Otherwise, I have to do like this shit all day, or maybe duct tape him to my shoulder or some shit like that. But then, so $200 for another $61, that'll happen. Then, of course, at $300, I have to talk to him. I have to reassure him everything's okay, treat him like a real creature. Then, of course, at $400 and $500, I make insane speeches publicly. Yeah. That's how it works. And you could make it happen. You can make it happen with regular contributions to the stream. For you are the gatekeepers. This chat, I call you the gatekeepers because you make the rules. You decide what happens. And also, it's good to be a gatekeeper. Okay. So it is Monday. Nothing has really happened yet since yesterday that we already didn't talk about. That's the rough thing of Monday live streams. Unless you're a special type of stream and do special types of things. If you're a news stream, you got to go with what happened. When nothing happens, you got to roll with it. But I do have a couple thoughts on my mind, just to get us warmed up a little bit. So my first thought is this, commenting on something I just saw before we almost missed the start time of the show. So apparently last night was the Saturn Awards, where they hand out worthless awards for current day science fiction shit. Once again, award ceremonies. Who cares? Who cares about award ceremonies? I don't. You don't. The regular population of it. Nobody, unless it was splattered, sprayed, splooged all over X Twitter. I wouldn't have known the Saturn Awards even happened. And neither would you if you didn't hear me tell you about it. So the Saturn Awards were last night. And of course, all the schlock got rewarded for their being terrible shows and pushing the message and agenda. And among them, of course, Andor got its praise because it's dog shit. One that I did see, Terry Matalas got an award for being good at what he does. And that's good for Terry Matalas because Terry Matalas is talented. He's insane like everybody else, but he's very talented. But then here's something else I saw. They gave Alex Kurtzman a Lifetime Achievement Award for Star Trek. And they had a bunch of legacy and new Trek people up there on stage with him. Jerry Ryan. How old is Jerry Ryan? I got to check that real quick. Jerry Ryan age. Jerry Ryan is 58. Jerry Ryan is almost 60, and she is still gorgeous. 58. She's transitioned from MILF to Cougar at that point, man. Oh, man. 58. And she still looks fine. I would still climb over dead bodies to get to her if it was their opportunity. That's that. I mean, we got to get a picture up here. We've got to get a picture up here. Oh man, Jerry Ryan, 2026. No, I want one from last night. Damn it. I mean, it's only been a couple of years since Picard season 3, and she looked great in that. And she still looks great. All right, let's try Jerry Ryan's Saturn Awards 2026, because some of these are not good pictures, because we want the full body pictures. No, that's from 2025. All right, so we don't have any Mern Day, but I saw a picture of her on stage, and she looked fantastic. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. You can keep it high and tight and she hasn't butchered her face either. She hasn't butchered her face with unnecessary surgeries. So, ladies, just take care of yourself. I try to take care of myself for you. Take care of yourselves. You know, you don't need unnecessary surgeries to make yourself look like an alien. Jerry Ryan, the fantasy is still there, man. The fantasy is still going strong. Anyway, back to Earth and non-Gooner talk. Anyway, so Alex Kurtzman gets the award, and they have a bunch of, as I said, legacy and new Trek stars up there. And man, it just hurt. That one hurts. Getting an award for destroying a franchise. And apparently during his acceptance speech, he says, but bottom line, parsing the words, he's happy that he turned Star Trek into an agenda-driven vehicle for the message. He's happy about it. He got what he wanted. He deconstructed something that was an intelligent discussion show that, yes, talked about issues, but did it smart. Did it with grace and finesse, not beating you over the head with their ideological agenda. So to watch him get that award, that does hurt. It sucks. It really sucks. And to watch, of course, the clapping seals on social media and there be like, yay. Oh, wonderful. Thank you for destroying one of the greatest franchises of all time. Thank you. Oh, it's great. And I don't put any stock in legacy actors being up there because they're all company men and women. They're company men and women. They know what butters their bread, what puts the jam in the jelly roll. They know where the money comes. Some of them especially. I mean, some of them have had careers outside of Star Trek. Like Jerry Ryan. Jerry Ryan didn't just do Star Trek. He did other stuff, had other roles. But some of them up there, their life is Star Trek, which means they go to the conventions, they get paid, they get paid to get their pictures taken, all that kind of stuff. So they know where the money train is. So in order to be able to be put on display, they are company men and women. They will play, they will roll along and pretend everything's fine, everything's okay. That the franchise that as legacy characters helped create, helped make great, that what they're supporting now is the worst of the worst. Starfleet Academy is the worst of the worst. It is, as I've said for a couple of months now, Starfleet Academy is the pinnacle of Kurtzman Trek. It is everything he wanted to do. Get to a point where you've completely deconstructed and desecrated Gene Roddenberry Star Trek and Gene Roddenberry supported Star Trek, because after a point, Gene Roddenberry wasn't there anymore, nor was he directly involved in creation, but the people who worked on it believed in his vision. So they kept it in line with where what the sandbox the borders of the sandbox that he built. So you watch that and you think, well, shit. What do? Well, first of all, we ridicule it, we mock it, we tear it apart. And then we hope they just put it on the shelf. Paramount won't, of course. Paramount, once they are done dealing with the whole Warner Brothers thing, they will turn their attention to putting stuff back up there. And I don't have any faith. I have no reason to give them any goodwill faith right now. I have none. My only hope is that whatever they do retcons Kurtzman Trek. That somewhere, somehow, Ellison or whoever he puts in charge of Star Trek hears the right message. If you retcon Kurtzman Trek, nobody will care. In fact, people will cheer. The only people that will care are the parasites on social media. They're the only ones who will care. And that leads me to my next topic of discussion. Let me have a drink real quick, and then I'll move on here. My next point I want to bring up is, this is the point I was originally going to go with to start the show before I saw this little tidbit on the Saturn Awards and Kurtzman. How do you know you're winning the argument? How do you know you're winning the argument when you're dealing with insane people? Because it's very hard. But there are signs. There are signs that you have won the argument. And it all pertains to social media behavior. We'll put X Twitter as the example. Now, I have been known to be a troll on X Twitter. When I started it several years ago, Grumpy Old Gamer, told me, here's how you handle this. You're getting on here. 1, don't take it seriously. Do not take, Twitter seriously. If you're going on there, go there with the mindset of a shit-stirring troll. 2, don't engage. Never engage. Your mind will thank you, because then you don't have to pay attention to notifications or anything like that. So don't engage. Drop your grenade, be your troll self, and walk away. It makes them more furious that you don't get in a back and forth with them. And 3, he didn't say this, but I understood this on my own. Don't talk about shit you don't know. Don't talk about shit you don't know, so that you leave a trail of mistakes that can come back and haunt you. And if you do get caught, you just say, oh, got that one wrong. Like I do all the time. Okay, whenever I get it wrong, I say I got it wrong. So, with that being said, how do you know you're winning the argument with insane people on X these days? 1, once you've made your statement on something, you don't need to go back and reiterate it. You don't repeat it over and over again, because you said what you had to say. Usually, if you're someone like myself or an intelligent people like you, you're intelligent. If you're in this chat, you're intelligent. You've said it succinctly. You've said your point. You got all your bullet points out there. Your argument. You made it very clear. You didn't hedge. You didn't dodge. You were succinct, to the point. So you don't need to repost it. You don't need to now. Of course, also these days, if you're not engagement farming, which I don't engage in farm because I don't even have a blue check mark, so I don't get any boosts or anything. Nobody sees what I say, so I just put it out there and hope for the best. Point is, though, you don't go out there hunting for the engagement. You don't go out there hunting for the approval of invisible people behind keyboards who are 90% cowards and retarded. So how do you know you're winning? Because the people you're dealing with repeat that. What there's multiple points. So one, they have to repeat themselves over and over and over again to the points you've been pushing against. One of my favorite Disney Star Wars stands, it's a troon, went out there and constantly has to say one of his, it's a man pretending to be a woman, one of his things to do these days is to tell everybody that Bo-Katan is so great. And if you don't like Bo-Katan, you're afraid of women and you don't like this and that. Constantly. And first of all, nobody cares about Bo-Katan. The extent that people cared about Bo-Katan is that at a certain point, people when Katie Sackhoff was live actioning her, people want to fuck Katie Sackhoff. That's the extent of caring about Bo-Katan. That people want to have sex with Katie Sackhoff. After that, nobody cares about Bo-Katan. You have to care about Bo-Katan to get angry about Bo-Katan. And nobody cares about Bo-Katan. That's just an example. But this person, every day, spews shit about, you're afraid of Bo-Katan, you right-wing chuds. I'm just using general phrases that those other people use. Because this person also was an insane person, ideologically. I've seen their non-Star Wars posts. So stuff like that. Then you've got one of our guys, you've seen him before, I've commented, Jeremy from Manabite. Jeremy at Manabite. He is obsessed with reminding everybody that Disney Star Wars does great and this works here and that works here and it's a $1 billion franchise. And he constantly has to repeat himself to reinforce his point, to warp news points that he finds to fit his argument. Just yesterday, we talked about it on the roundtable. He was going around saying that Hoppers, with its great debut of just 44 million domestic, which is not that great, that because Hoppers did so great, all the children of the world saw Baby Yoda in a trailer. They'll go see Baby Yoda, Mandalorian, and Grogu. No, because it's been statistically proven over the past few years that kids don't care about Disney Star Wars. They don't. If they did, the kids shows they make would rate, and they don't. So you know you're winning the argument when they repeat themselves. You also know you're winning the argument when something happens, and before you even comment, if you're going to comment, they spurg. They spurg so quickly. All the hater chuds. We'll use lanterns as the example for that one. All the guntards. Oh, lanterns is going to be great. All you people hate this. You understand it? They spurg before you even get any words out there. And even when you've said your point after that, like they do with the repetition, they spurg harder. They spurg even harder to try and twist the narrative to fit their argument. And then there's part 3. They'll use fake statistics or prove they don't understand how engagement statistics even work. They'll cry victory over, oh, look at all the views. Look at all these likes, the ratio for the views. Oh my God, the chuds were wrong. The right wingers, because it's always the people who are always against it are always right wingers. Newsflash: the normies are not anything. They're fucking normies. They show up and just want to be entertained. Ideology does not factor in to normie behavior. But it's always, oh, look, our numbers are great despite the hate. The haters lie to you. Don't go fall for the rage bait. But they don't understand that the numbers don't reflect anything. The engagement reflects everybody that engaged with it, with a view on YouTube or an impression on X. There's no way to delineate, to break down what was positive and what was negative. Usually the way you can do that is through a ratio. And even on YouTube, the ratio is not perfect because YouTube, in its infinite wisdom to protect Disney Star Wars and certain politicians, removed the dislike button a number of years ago. And anytime you see a dislike button on a stream or a snapshot or something like that, it's because we're all using the app, return the dislike button. And even then, it's an approximation. The dislike button that appears only works. It doesn't give the exact, I mean, we could all hit the dislike button, but it doesn't show up. You understand? It doesn't show up. And what we see is an approximation because the app that works for that, return the dislike button, it only works as many people has it installed. And it's usually about 30% off. That's historically been 30% off. I don't know if that's improved at all. I'd have to have somebody who knows math go look at that for me. But it's not accurate. So when something gets ratioed on the YouTubes, it's probably even higher. And when it's there, and when you have it, see there, it's never accurate. So you know what I'm saying? It's never accurate. So even when we claim it's something ratioed, it's not perfect because we don't know. Only the person in their own YouTube studio knows what the actual like to dislike ratio is. But they don't understand that there is no way with the tools at hand for an observer to break down positive and negative anymore. There isn't. You have to have manufactured ratio metrics. So that being said, they want to spurg and they don't know how to use proper analytics. That's how you know when they use it and say, "Oh, look, we're winning," but there's no way you can know you're winning. And then, of course, my favorite, you know you're winning when they result to the name calling, because that's their last line of defense. Every one of their arguments has been destroyed. So now, oh, shut up, you this and that. So how do you know you're winning? Your enemy reveals it for you with retardation. Very simple. Very simple. You don't have to do anything. When your enemy lights himself on fire, stand there and let it happen. Because especially with those who we deal with in fighting the pop culture war, they never come armed with legitimate stats and information, facts, truth, and logic. They don't come armed with that stuff. They come armed with propaganda. I mean, yesterday, I used the example when we were talking about video game sales. When a video game is truly successful, the company comes out right away within the first week of super sales numbers. If something is good, you know right away. Just the example right now, Resident Evil 9, big seller, victory, win. Go back 6-7 months ago, Ghost of Yotei, failure. They never officially released sales numbers until a Sony shareholders call months and months later. And during that period of time, the Yotei ass lickers, to choose my expletive properly there, the Yotei ass lickers had to fabricate success numbers to try and create the image of a successful game. And it didn't help that the grifters were putting out bullshit numbers as well. That whole thing was a muddy mess. But those who were fighting for Yotei didn't have the proper ammunition to show success, which is how you knew you were winning. When they had to put out bogus, I guess that's a number 5, bogus information. When they have to put out bogus information, manufactured information, you know you're winning because they can't defend it. They can't ever defend it. So there's that. All right, so I'm done with that. I just wanted. I've been thinking about that this morning, and that's where we wanted to go. And we've chewed up 30 minutes of the time. So we can move along. Let's first see if anybody's thrown any money my way. No. You're not willing to pay for anything. So I accept that. So we're going to move on to the news. Let's refresh everything. So things I've seen here that I think are not smart, but we'll talk about that in turn. Okay, as usual, we will start with Variety, a central hub for shit. Okay. The Drew Barrymore Show gets a 2-year renewal remaining in daytime through 2028. Failing upwards, nobody watches that show, and Drew Barrymore makes a fool of herself on that show. She's an idiot. So, don't care. Arnold Schwarzenegger says Conan 3 in the works, reveals new Predator movie talks, Commando 2 script. The studio has plenty of money to make those really big. I don't think so. Both one, no, Arnold, no. Nobody wants to see any of those movies at this point because you're too old. The time has passed. I don't want to see Commando 2. Are you going to add to the disaster of the Predator franchise? Really? You're going to do that? And 3, Conan, old man King Conan. No, the time has passed. The time has passed. You had your chance, and you didn't do it. Brooks Nader joins Baywatch reboot. I don't care. Well, those are nice tits, though. Saturday Night Live UK to stream on Peacock in the US. Well, guess what? Nobody's going to watch. Paramount president Jeff Shell sued for $150 million over alleged PR contract. Okay. No. Don't care. Cardi B, Patti LaBelle, Brandy, and Monica to headline Essence Festival of Culture 2026. Yeah, no thanks. I'm not black enough for that. Thank you. Well, hello, Martin Muses. Welcome. Woody Norman, I don't care who you are. Sony Pictures Classics hires John Z. Shaninian as vice president of sales. Okay, whatever. Don't care about that. Don't care. In the Gray trailer, Henry Cavill and Jake Gyllenhaal take on a private army in Guy Ritchie's long-awaited action thriller. Well, for Cavill's sake, I hope it does well. I'm not interested, but for Cavill's sake, Cavill deserves some wins. He deserves some wins. Don't care. ESPN beefs up sports coverage with 6 Washington Post journalists. Well, there's a mistake. That's not going to end well for you. Elijah Wood, I do not want anyone else to play Frodo as long as I'm alive and able. Well, here's the thing. Nobody needs to play Frodo because nobody needs to do any more Lord of the Rings films. Love 'em or hate 'em, the Peter Jackson trilogy, that's it. They're never going to do it better and with as much passion, I don't think. So no one should play Frodo. And Elijah, nobody's asking you to play Frodo. Nobody wants Hunt for Gollum or anything else like that. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it at all. Nobody wants it. You just go do whatever you want to do. But go to the cons. Sign your Frodo posters and take your pictures. But nobody wants anybody else to be Frodo. No. Don't care about this music crap. Scott McFarlane, don't care who you are. Oh, yeah, okay. So the Halo actor's crying that a clip from him got used in the meme that the White House used for all that stuff. It's a meme. We don't care what you think. You're better off not saying anything. But now you've proven that you are as triggered as anybody else when somebody who's on the opposite end of your ideology uses something you were involved with. So cry more, bitch. As someone who's not a Halo guy, who just kind of played the games a little bit and then walked away, I could give 2 fucks what you think. I don't endorse this propaganda. You'd endorse it if the other side did it because you're an idiot and a useful idiot. A useful idiot at that. Bill O'Reilly debuts interview podcast. We'll do it live. from Fox's Ritzy. Wow. Okay. One, you got to give O'Reilly credit for leaning into the old meme. We're doing it live. Good. He understands that. At least he can make peace with that. But two, O'Reilly, he's not a relevant voice anymore. He's not a relevant voice. I don't care what Bill O'Reilly thinks anymore. I don't. Don't care about Rashida Jones. Fuck right off. Don't care about that composer. Don't care. Paul Bettany hasn't heard anything about playing Voldemort in HBO's Harry Potter series, but says he's a big fan of the franchise. Okay, so is Paul Bettany lying? Is Paul Bettany lying? Because that was the leak. That was the leak last week. He's going to be Voldemort. Listen, I'm still hoping they make Voldemort a woman so that I can rip on the show hard for that. I'm still hoping for that. I have no faith in this show. I had a lot of faith before they started doing cast announcements. Since then, I've lost all my faith. But we'll find out in 2027. But yeah, so is Paul Bettany lying? That's the question. Is Paul Bettany lying? Christiana filmmaker on something I don't care about. Latino borders, I don't care about. I don't know who this person is. I don't care about. Rihanna had her home shot up. That's okay. So the woman who did it was attempted murder. All right, don't shoot people's homes. Don't be a crazy person. And I guarantee that the person who shot at her home, just for the record, I'm probably fairly certain they got their gun illegally and didn't go through legal means. So any cries for gun laws are going to be retarded and dumb, because I'm pretty sure that wasn't any nothing legal went on here. Don't care. Let's go one more in because it was the weekend. Let's see. Don't care. One battle after another. Everybody's ready to suck its dick in Hollywood. Kathleen Kennedy on Lucasfilm handoff, AI boundaries, and the one power Grogu won't have a new Mandalorian movie. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Anything else? Anything else of interest? Not really. Let's move on. We just talked about Elijah Wood. Resident Evil Requiem director warns of edited messages after screenshots initially appeared to confirm Leon S. Kennedy's love interest. But wait a minute, I believe everything I see on the internet. As not being an RE guy, I don't care which babylicious chick Leon is fucking. I don't care. They're all attractive. Unless they make him gay, which I very much doubt they make him gay. Capcom's not that stupid. But either way. So I hope, somebody's going to be disappointed no matter what. With whoever Leon Kennedy ends up with. I can tell you that. From anime experience, somebody will be disappointed when a pairing becomes official. Someone's always going to lose the shipping war. And when I say shipping war, I mean like classic shipping wars where couples that made sense were pushed, not fake shipping wars for gay people. EA lays off staff across all Battlefield studios following record-breaking Battlefield 6 launch. Wow. So game doing well, but they fire people. Huh. That's odd. But again, maybe EA is not making as much money on stuff as they need to be. Got to cut those corners, save those pennies. Fortnite explains where The Rock's character has been all these years and begins an Avengers Doomsday countdown to his return. I don't care about Fortnite. I will never care about Fortnite. And I especially don't care about The Rock in Fortnite. Ugh. Harry Potter TV series set leak video reveals new look at Diagon Alley. Sony reportedly testing dynamic pricing on the PlayStation Store. Hey, that's good for me. In case there's something I will buy for a digital copy of something. I'm a little annoyed. Speaking of digital and pricing and this and that. So if you guys watch Ballbusters on Friday, one of our last episodes of Ballbusters, Dermy showed a preview of a game that I shared with him not knowing that he was going to bring it up on stream, for a game called Echoes of Aincrad. It's based on Sword Art Online, but it's not a Kirito story. It's a you story. Anyway, it's an action-adventure RPG that's going to be released in July, and I'm excited for it. It looks badass. Well, I'll be streaming it. I will be streaming that in July. But it's coming with multiple copies, multiple versions, like any game has these days, and it will have physical copies. But as of right now, and I'm going to look again. I'm going to look again right now. I will go to Amazon. I won't show it to you guys. Oh, no, I'm going to show you there. I'll dox myself. Hold on. Let me bring up my Firefox that is not being displayed for the world to see. Echoes of Aincrad. Aincrad PS5. Right now, oh wow, well, there's only one version now too. There was the special edition one, the super edition one. Maybe it's in there anywhere. Anyway, right now there's only, last I checked, 2 physical copy versions. There's the regular version, and then there's the super $109 version. I want the middle one, the deluxe edition, which just has the DLC, I want it for the DLC. If I can always pre-buy DLC, I always pre-buy DLC for if I'm getting a game and I know I'm getting DLC. And I just want it for I want the digital deluxe edition for the DLC, and you get a couple, helpful starter stuff. Right now, the version I want only appears as a digital version. And you know me, I'm all about, I'm Mr. Physical Media. I want my physical media games because I want to make sure that it's mine, or at least mostly mine, because we know there's always has to be an installation from a download. But I might have to settle for getting it digitally because I don't want to, I'll spend a little bit more for the deluxe edition, but I'm not going to spend over $100 on a game. No, sir, ma'am. Or Mr. No. So we'll see. Maybe I don't want to order it from. I don't want to order it from. Right now, I don't want to order it directly from whatever company's releasing. I don't know the company releasing it. I don't order it directly from their page because it's just. I prefer it. Here. I like to order from Amazon for physical copies because if something ever goes wrong. Love them or hate them, Amazon has some of the best customer service out there. Like just this weekend, I returned 2 things. They take it back right away. As long as you follow the rules for the return, they take it back. You get your money back. You get to buy a better version. Amazon may be the devil, but it's the devil I know, and I will get my money back if something goes wrong. So I got to respect that. That's why I don't like dealing with return policies of other people. They suck. Walmart always is a pain in the ass. They always want to be a pain in the ass. And other companies want to be a pain in the ass. So if I'm going to buy a physical copy, I prefer to get it from Amazon. In case something goes wrong, I'll get my money back. But it seems I may have to get the digital version of the deluxe edition of Echoes of Aincrad, coming to you July 10th. Streamed from this house, this computer, this console. Then we'll do that. I think it's going to be a cool game. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that one. Anyway, so that interests me that PlayStation might be doing actual real proper digital pricing, maybe having these things cost less than they should because there is no physical copy for it sometimes. So I'm okay with that. Doctor Who fans think this year's climactic Christmas special, climactic, you mean possible series conclusion because RTD has ruined it for everybody. Special is a sequel to one of the series' most beloved episodes following the official Rose Tyler tease. But that we don't even know what that is such a desperate thing. Nobody wants this. Nobody's asking for it. We'll cover it. Doctor Who Cares Reviews will return one more time to cover this in December. But nobody wants this and nobody cares. It's a story long done and it doesn't matter because it's all been butchered. It's all been butchered. Unless you retcon everything after Peter Capaldi, it's all been butchered. Slay of the Spire 2 nears 600,000 peak concurrents on Steam. Devs blown away. I don't know what that game is, so I don't care. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. No, it's all conjecture and bullshit. With a next-gen Xbox console in the way, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, that's the AI executive lady, has committed to continue to invest in gaming. Of course. We talked about that yesterday, and I may put that video out. I may clip that out. It was a really good discussion. I'm thinking about it. Amazon raises Pokemon Pokepia price to $80 in reports of physical stock constraints. Okay, this is a bullshit. This is a bullshit headline going around because we just talked about Amazon, so I'm going to talk about it again. Amazon doesn't set prices. The vendors who sell through Amazon set the prices. Let me repeat that again for the people in the back row. People who may be hard of hearing and the retards pushing this stupid statement. Amazon did not raise the price on Pokepia. Vendors, people selling on Amazon have raised the price on a copy of Pokepia because there might be a supply-demand issue. That's how it works. Scalpers. Perfect example. Where is it? Oh, it's over here. Hang on. It's over here. Let me get it. Just because I like to show a physical example. Where are you, sweetheart? Where are you? There you are. Alphabetical order. Last year, I was so excited to get my copy of Lunar Remastered Collection. So excited. And when I went to pre-order it because they fucked up, because Gung Ho fucked up with their pre-orders, all the scalpers got their hands on the physical copy pre-orders first. And they jacked up the prices to ungodly amounts, hundreds of dollars, to get a physical copy. It was available on digital download, but I want my physical copy because I collect Lunar games. I have all my old Lunar games still, physical copies. So I wanted my physical copy. So I went for months. My hype and excitement slowly died down because it took me months to get a copy until I went to some Canadian outlet who were selling it for the reasonably normalish price. I paid a couple of dollars more, but I was within reason. But Amazon didn't set the sky-high prices, the scalper prices on Lunar Remastered Collection. The scalpers did. The vendors did, who bought thousands of copies and then we're going to resell them at a higher price. Okay? So Amazon is not raising the price of Pokepia. People are. So this is people who don't know how anything works. And I hate that. It's retarded. Pokemon Company is actively recruiting PhD holders with backgrounds in ecology to work in Tokyo. Okay. It would shock the world. John Wick and Space Marine 2 dev teases coolest IP ever. It's had to turn it down twice. But then why'd you turn it down if it's so good? Mm-hmm. Mega Starmie EX revealed from upcoming Mega Pokemon TCG set. Whatever. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 director reveals gameplay mechanics and locations fans can expect. If Wutai is not featured, I think fans are going to yell at me. Of course, Wutai has to be featured. You have to go to Wutai. I'm looking forward to Part 3. Very much looking forward to Part 3. Redemption, Requiem, whatever it might be called. Master Chief voice actor, we ought to talk to him crying like a little bitch. Star Wars fans say Kathleen Kennedy just revealed the Mandalorian Grogu plot detail. They wish they hadn't been spoiled. We'll go right here now. He's not going to talk. We predicted that. I said if he didn't talk, that would be bad. And now he's not going to talk. They are committed to keeping this little green bastard as a gibbering baby. They're committed to it. They are not going to walk away from it. And it's going to continue to hurt the retarded Disney Star Wars concept of Baby Yoda. So, but here also, nobody cares. Nobody cares. The Baby Yoda Grogu Mandalorian is dead in the fucking water, and we're just going to be there to watch it. And I'll be there to suffer it live and in person for you to watch. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad reopening could be delayed. Wait, who cares? Hollywood's feminist Frankenstein flops. Yes, it did. Rare Mario games announced for Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pass on Mario Day. Well, good for Mario fans. Anything else here? Pixar Chief creative pivots away from Alphabet Mafia storytelling. We're making movies, not hundreds of millions of dollars in therapy. Ooh, that's a reversal. That's a reversal. There we go. That's the news. I'm sticking to it. Nope, no money sent. You guys want me to eat cat food and ramen, I guess. You don't want to help me survive. It's okay. You're here anyway. I love you still. Work is gay. Yeah, but at least you have a real day job that pays the bills. I do this. Anyway. All right. Let me take a look at something real quick and we'll see what we're gonna. We're almost to the hour, and unless you guys extend it, we'll wrap it up. Anyway, let me look. I was gonna look at something real quick. See, I'm talking and I forgot what I was gonna look at. Out of my brain, out of my mind, completely gone. So I guess I'll just talk about what's upcoming. I've heard about it. I haven't covered it. I saw it in passing today. I haven't found an actual article on it. There was not one on IGN just now. So I saw it in passing, but Kel is correct. There's apparently, I saw it in passing earlier. There is a trailer for a game release that's essentially a Pokemon Power World clone, and people are saying it's been created just to piss off Nintendo and Pokemon, which I'm all for because Nintendo's behaving like a bitch right now. They're behaving like a petty bitch. So I'm always in the mood to piss off Nintendo. So no, I have not directly covered that, Kel. If we can find some articles, maybe tomorrow we'll talk about it. Because I don't think there's no articles on it yet. I can check again. Multiplicity problems. I like Coke. I like pizza. Pizza Coke. That movie is not as good as it once was. It was funny originally, but then it is not as fun the second, third, fifth time around. Let me see. What was I going to say? I can give these one more look. I can give it one more. I mean, let me check Niche Gamer. Let's see if they have it. They're usually a little late on stuff, but no, not there. Not there. Yeah, I saw the Dextero post on it. That's where I saw it in passing. It's funny. I don't think it's only a trailer. It might just be a trailer. I don't know if it's ever gonna. I don't know if it's gonna be real or not. Let's wait and see. I'll wait till there's some official articles before I weigh in on that, because Geeks and Gamers are not official articles. They're just reacting to news. They don't. So I'm gonna wait for an official article on it from someplace before I talk about it in depth. All right. So what's going on this week? Tonight, I think Jen and I are probably done with Jump Space because we seem to want to play Star Wars more, and you guys want to watch us play Star Wars more. So I don't know if Jet is streaming Star Wars tonight, but I will probably stream some Star Wars tonight because I got nothing else to do. So I'll probably stream some Star Wars tonight. There is an update tomorrow. There'll be an update tomorrow morning. The next patch of 7.8 comes out, but it's in the wee hours of the morning, so I don't think it's going to affect gameplay. It's on Steam. It is. It is on Steam. That's interesting. Problem is I can't share my Steam window anymore because of the way fucking StreamYard works. I'd have to go to the Steam page. I have to go to the Steam browser page. Well, if you guys want to talk about it, you let me know. Anyway, so we might play some Star Wars tonight. I'm considering what I'm going to edit out from Roundtable yesterday. I don't know if the Lanterns discussion is relevant anymore at this point. So I don't know. It was a really good discussion yesterday, but I don't know if it's really worth putting it back up. We had a good talk about some things today. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes today. I'll figure that out. I'm trying to maintain the momentum I've gotten from Star Trek, but I don't want to just chase the dragon for stories. And I've kind of missed the window on the Lanterns, I think. So maybe we'll not do that. Oh, I think I remember what I do. I want to see if the numbers is up yet. Yeah, that was it. I want to see if the numbers numbers up and running yet. No, still under maintenance. Still under maintenance. They gotta get that shit back up. We need the numbers. The Better Movie Box Office website. Anyway. Oh, dude, don't worry about it, Kel. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There are other people, and you're going on a road trip. Yeah, you're going to MegaCon. Don't worry about it. It's not. I don't think it's worth it. If somebody else wants to, maybe think about it for tomorrow. Think about it for tomorrow, because I'm sure the articles will be written tomorrow on it, and maybe I'd have to set it up on. Thing is, I would have to go to the Steam page through browser, and I'd have to log in. I have to dig up my password and all that shit and log in there. So if you guys want it, I can have that preset up for tomorrow. But anyway, let's see. Rest of the week. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll probably play more Star Wars because, again, I have nothing to do on a Tuesday night. Nothing to do. Wednesday, I don't know. Thursday, I don't know. Friday, the final Ballbusters. It's Dermy's. And I hate having to say this because it sounds so gay. It's Dermy's birthday week because that's what he's calling it. Dermy. It's Dermy week. So Dermy's gonna be streaming a lot this week, leading up to the final episode of Ballbusters, as we know it. Ballbusters ending. Dermy's got special guests planned, more than just one, just to come in and do a grand goodbye for what we've been doing there. And we'll be ending Ballbusters, and then for a little bit on Friday. Nothing to do on Fridays after that for a little bit, I guess. Then Saturday Night Drive-In returns this weekend live. I'm not sure what time yet. Jed and I are going to work that out. But we'll be doing The Martian, where I get to hate on Matt Damon. I could be objective. I still hate him, though. We'll go to Matt Damon, The Martian, in celebration of Project Hail Mary and a couple of other things. That's why Jed is lined up for this. Excuse me. And then, of course, Thursday, Starfleet Academy Day, the finale of Starfleet Academy, for whatever it's worth. Oh, I got the hiccups. I'm struggling with the hiccups right here at the end. Damn it. Okay. It's your birthday week. Fuck Dermy's birthday. It's Kel's birthday week. Happy birthday, Kel. Anyway, Saturday Night Drive-In, No Man's Reviews, Roundtable, Gaming. That's how we're going to do the week. We'll see what the week holds. We'll see what things happen, this and here and that. And we'll figure we'll figure this out. We'll figure it out as the week goes on. I will find a way to continue to produce fun and interesting content for you guys until the next review rears its ugly head. It's been suggested for me. I'm going to run this by you guys. I'll keep running by you guys. It has been suggested that I review Maul Shadow Lord. It has been suggested I review that piece of upcoming garbage. It wouldn't be very hard. Those episodes would be barely 20 minutes at a pop. But it will be going for 10 weeks. It will go for 10 weeks because it'll probably be 10 episodes. Do it. Do it. Oh, God. I got till April to decide on that. That's not coming out till April. So, anyway. All right, guys. It was spawned. People were spawned. All right. So let's see right here. Let's set this up right here because I have to remember to do these things because Boomer forgets. All right. So I'm going to send you guys on over to Jed over at Rider Flight. I'm going to wrap it up. Let's do one more check of the super chat, super tip to variety. Nope, you guys are fine with that. Save your money, then give it to me next week, later in the week, and we will provide more entertainment for you guys. So thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I hope you had a good time. I always hope you have a good time. I strive to be entertaining. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Go watch the stuff you haven't seen. Leave comments. Hit those like buttons. And I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, take it easy, everybody.